of Banks County. I'm Brian Carter with Leopards head coach Mike Cleveland. We're here to talk about definitely the region championship. So, Coach, first of all, I want to congratulate you on that.
Thank you,
Nothing's ever a given, but what was it like to be able to win that? In some form or fashion, you've either had a share of the region championship with the regular season or won a tournament title 4 times in the last 5 years. What was that like for you?
Right, that's special. Region championships are always special, and this group of guys, they set that as a goal early in the season. Number one goal was to get better every day, and then we didn't make any bones about it. We wanted to play for a region championship and win a region championship. And so to see those guys fight through some things we went through this year and win that region championship is special for those kids. So again, blessed with good kids at Banks County, and couldn't be in a better situation with the guys I have to coach and play, coach and go to war with every night. Really blessed.
Yeah, and you've just been in a stretch of fantastic seasons here at Banks County, and you've been the first to always say that you've just been blessed with great players,
Absolutely.
but they take on the persona of their coach, so some of that's on you. But, last year, not to say in any way that last year was a bad year, but you get knocked out in the first round, you had 19 wins, I believe, and didn't win the region championship.
Right.
So by Banks County standards, that would have been kind of a down year. What's it been like for this program to get back to that elite level?
Well, last year we replaced everybody except for Carl. We brought Carl back, and the rest of those guys didn't have a whole lot of playing time experience on the varsity level. And so last year, even though it was tough going through, we did play for the region championship. We got beat by Elbert. But guys like Clay Gosnell and Pierce Martin, Dakota Orr, Garrett Presley, those guys got better.
Yeah.
And showing this year, our success this year, a lot of that comes from those tough times last year. So really proud of how those guys have stepped up between last year and this year, have matured and really grown as basketball players.
Yeah. And I know one of the monkeys you'd love to get off your back is getting past that second round.
That's
because there's so many times you guys have been on the cusp and really should have won because you were the better team, but just a couple bounces don't go your way. But is that something you guys have talked about really wanting to accomplish this season?
We have. Our next goal after region championship was Final Four, and we feel like we got to make up to make that happen. We know it won't be easy. We usually get out athleted at the state level once we get in a state tournament, so our style of play becomes very important.
Yeah.
But these kids they're strong-minded, strong-willed, and they work extremely hard. So we're excited about the opportunity to be a number 1 seed and having Washington come up here Friday from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And we're going to work hard, and it won't be because of effort we don't get there.
Yeah. And now I'm not trying to be bringing negativity in here. I just like to ask the questions that are showing how resilient this program is, bouncing back from a down year versus this year being elite for you guys. But also this season, just having those well-timed, losses. I know you don't want to lose any games, but dropping the one to Lumpkin was a little bit shocking, and then the Raven County game as well. What is it particularly from that your team you feel learned to gain that momentum?
Well, I think what it showed is if we don't play our style and impose our will, that anybody on our schedule could beat us.
Yeah.
And so I think it sharpened our skills a little bit. And then to give the guys credit after those losses, we came in and we worked extremely hard the next couple of days at practice and got back to doing things the Banks County way. And the guys really bought into that. Something we talked about early in the season was, I'm going to coach you guys hard.
Yeah.
And that's not always pleasant, but I'm going to push you to your limits. And the guys really responded well this year. We've coached them hard. We've pushed them. And looking back now, those losses were actually good for us. I'm honest with you, they were learning experiences. And we got better because of those losses. So it's tough going through it, but if in the end you can look back and say you learned from it and got better, I think those losses were well worth it.
I think that's exactly what I looked for when I saw both of the results from those games.
Right.
I was, oh man, that's didn't see that one coming.
Right.
But knowing that you can respond and build that momentum back. So how important is it for you, and do you feel like this team is starting to peak at the right time as you're heading into the playoffs?
I think so. We're playing pretty good right now. Beat Social for region championship by 20-something points, and they won 20 games this year. They're a good basketball team. So I think we're playing well at the right time. As long as we can stay healthy right here for this little stretch, I really think we can play with anybody in 2A.
Yeah. What is the without getting too specific, I don't want you to go into your game plan, but what's kind of the approach when you look at facing Washington here in the first round at home on Friday?
Those guys are super athletic. They're going to be faster than us. Most people are. We have to stay in the zone and do a good job rebounding, and then it has become a half-court game for us. We have to get the ball where we need it, play through Carl, and then other guys have to make shots and play the right way. That's our approach to every game.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to change a whole lot with them. We're going to have no pressure.
Yep.
Again, they're very athletic. But we're going to play our style of basketball now, and I believe that, our style beats a lot of people in the state.
Yeah, because then you dictate the pace of the game and all that. So, with this last question, I just want to get a little sentimental. I mean, what was it like for you as a coach to stand back there, and not just as a coach, but as a dad, to sit back and watch Carl hit this elite figure? I mean, he's already hit 2,000 points earlier this season, but then to add 1,000 rebounds, man, that's pretty special.
It is special. Carl's a hard worker. If you ask anybody around here, he's in the gym a lot of time when other people aren't.
Yeah.
Basketball has been very important to him, big part of his life. And so he's put the time in. I can't imagine anybody in this region that's put in, or maybe in the state, that's put in any more time working at his skill on a basketball court. It's important to him. He's a film guy. He lives basketball. And, all the good ones do. Zez was the same way. The Orr brothers were the same way. Austin Venable was the same way. Kamal was the same way. And Carl just kind of fits that mold.
Yeah.
And, he's earned everything he's gotten. I've probably been too tough on him at times. I think sometimes a dad coach, it kind of happens like that. But he's responded well. And, I think all of us have seen him mature the last 4 years also. Doesn't even have a technical foul this year. So proud of that also.
Wow.
Proud of that
That's
also
cool.
from Carl. So
That's a cool stat right there.
It's been special being coach and dad.
Yes. You mentioned a great line of players there that you've had that all hit 1,000 points. Austin Venables, Zez Steeple, the Orr brothers. I know one of them didn't get there, but he got pretty dang close. And then Carl, of course. What is it like as well, knowing that you've kind of been able to coach a lineage, I guess, of fantastic players?
Yeah, I told you before, I've been blessed with great kids who have bought into our system and done what we've asked them to do, not only in season but out of season. I think that's important time is your out of season work you put in, the summer times, in the weight room, and we've had kids buy in, and we've had parents buy in and community buy in, and when you get that, it can be special, and it's been special here. This has been a great 9 years, and we're not looking for it to stop. We think our young talent's pretty good and is going to keep coming through, and I expect great things in the future also for us.
Absolutely, and the future starts now too. So
now
we're excited about this opportunity to bring home some hardware here to Banks County and keep things going special here. Appreciate it, Coach.
Appreciate you. Thank you for always coming, and thank you for what you do for basketball in Northeast Georgia.
Thank you.
Thank you.